What's going on YouTube? Ross's Reef bringing you an update of the Nuvo Fusion 25-gallon lagoon. Guys, I've been pretty busy stocking the tank recently. As some of you can see, I've got quite a few new corals, and I've kind of decided to go an SPS dominant route with this tank. I really didn't plan on doing that in the beginning, but as I got a few of these SPS pieces, man, I just really fell in love with the way they look. At nighttime, the colors really fluoresce very well with these SPS. Like this green Slimer Acro that y'all have seen that I've had for a while is just always looking good. The polyps are always extended on it right here. I've got this nice piece of finger bird's nest in the back. I love the coloration. It's like a nice blue towards the bottom and then green towards the top. Right next to it, right here, is that piece of teal staghorn. That piece is coloring up decently. It's really turning a nice teal color towards the base and a nice blue towards the top. You've got the red branching Montipora right here. I've got the finger. This is another type of bird's nest, a needle bird's nest right here. It seems to maybe have kind of lost a little bit of the coloration in terms of the blue on the polyps. However, it's getting more growth. You see all the white tips. I'm definitely seeing more white tips and everything, so it's growing pretty good right here. So I don't know. I'm hoping eventually when it really settles in that the blue coloration on the polyps kind of comes back. The next coral right here is a piece of bubblegum digitata. I really like this coral with the combination of the red and green. Right here, this is actually a rainbow in Spain acro, also known as a Spain bow. That's a really pretty color with the purple tips and the green base and everything. Right here, this is a Miyagi tort. This one's pretty cool. I'm not seeing too much polyp extension on it. I'm maybe starting to see a little bit, but it doesn't have too many colors. I've seen some kind of pretty pictures of this one when it really looks good, so hopefully it makes it. This other one right here is just some kind of green acro. It really doesn't have a name on it. It looks pretty good. I'm really looking to get some higher end SPS eventually from a few of the local guys that I got some of these pieces from. So we'll see how those go. I've got this bonsai. I forget, it's like a gaff bonsai coral. This one's doing probably the best out of all the SPS pieces I have in here. It's already encrusting onto the glue, if you can kind of see it right there. It's going over the glue and everything. Sorry for my firefish. These guys are hungry. I need to feed them. But right above that, right here is a raspberry, it's a pink lemonade, kind of an old school SPS, and then right next to it is a raspberry acro. I actually like that one a lot. I really like the coloration on it. It's kind of like a palish green with the purple tips. Really cool looking coral. Some new ones that I just got in the back. That is a pink millipora, and then we have a purple stylo. I was kind of worried about placing some corals right there for two reasons. One, I have the MP10 pointed kind of right there, and I was like, man, these things are gonna have to really like high flow, and both of them seem to be doing pretty good right there. I'm not seeing like any signs of bleaching or anything. Actually, the pink millie has its polyps extended, and then you can see the purple stylo right there is just fully colored up and extended. I got it from a friend of mine. Both of these, a lot of these corals came from one guy who has a lot of SPS corals, but it's got some new growth, towards the tip of it, so I'm really hoping that coral opens up. I know the purple stylos are kind of fast growers, so we'll see how all that goes. Over here, we've got kind of just a red acan. I don't really have a name for it. Same with this other acan down here, which is just massively extended. As you can see, the polyps are just always open like this. It's just huge all the way around. I had it on a frag disc when I first got it, popped it off and put it on a rock. I'm not a big fan of having plugs in my tank and everything. The only plug that is in my tank is from this red Gonopora over here, which is actually doing the best that it's been. If you can see, the polyps are actually pretty extended on it, and it's doing pretty good. I tried to pop that off when I first got it, but those things just encrust so well, so it's not a big deal. You can't really see the frag plug when the polyps are open and everything, so I'm hoping as it grows and everything. I'm really thinking I haven't glued it in this spot yet, but I'm pretty sure this is where it's going to go. It seems to really like it. Right here, the Hollywood Stunner Chalice that I got is doing really, really well. When I first got it, a few of the spots, it had a few spots that kind of lost some color, and I thought it might bleach out a little bit, but it has come back. All the spots have healed up, and it seems to be doing really well in this spot. It at nighttime, sometimes I do see its long sweeper tentacles, which luckily there's nothing around it that it can really sting. So that's one reason it's over here. The elegance coral is just always doing good. Always massively open. You've got the rose bubble tip. So that was the second reason I was worried about putting the 2 pieces of SPS over here, was that this bubble coral. I need y'all's opinion, guys. I kind of like these SPS. I want to get a few more high-end pieces, and this bubble coral takes up a lot of real estate. Should I ditch the bubble coral and get some more SPS and really fill in this whole rock? I mean, I can fit probably like 1, probably 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 more small pieces over here. But I'm not willing to put anything near the bubble tip. That's as close as I'm willing to go, and even then I was pushing it. So really want to get y'all's opinion on that. I haven't decided. I know my clown will be really upset if I do, because he's already hosting. Oh, sorry, I didn't even mention, I did go ahead and put all the fish back in. I did have a loss. I lost my canary blenny, the Midas blenny, I think they're another name. I don't know what happened. All the fish were in the same quarantine tank. I checked my copper levels, the nitrate levels, the pH, the salinity, everything was totally fine. He had no signs of ick or stress or anything on him. I really don't know what happened to him, so that was a freak loss. You can see the blue tang is no longer here. I did trade that into my local fish store for some credit. I really want to get a pygmy angel, so I'm probably going to get one of those in the tank. I had one in my 20-gallon, and that'll probably be the last fish I have. You see my little red schooner bleddy over here is doing really good. Got him from a fish store, and he is already eating mysis shrimp. I actually, when I got him, I was like, you mind putting some mysis shrimp in there, and I want to see if he eats, and he went right to it and ate it. I actually just put some frozen, not the frozen, but these Tigger pods that I got from Reef Nutrition, and he seemed to start going after them. So I do have a pretty abundant supply of copepods in this tank, and I think he's probably tearing them down because I'm not seeing as many. So he's going to have to really start getting used to eating prepared foods, which he should, because I have seen him do it before, but I'm just going to have to be maybe a little more diligent with actually feeding him. Going to some of my other corals, so we've got the blondies over here. These are probably my favorite zoas that I have in here right now. They just have amazing coloration. They're beautiful. The polyps are always fully extended. I couldn't be happier with these. I can't wait for those to grow and take over that rock more. Good news, my Rastas, you can see right there, I've got a new polyp coming out, and then I've actually got another one about to burst a little bit below this one, and then there's another one forming. So soon I should have 5 polyps on those Rastas. Really excited about that. Got the Bam Bams over here looking good. Then we have the Green Bay Packers. I really like these a lot. They have good coloration, add some yellow. Rock Flower Anemone is still under there, just kind of closed up. It opens up a little bit more every now and then, but that's pretty much it. It might actually be taking a poop. I fed it not but the other day, so that may be why it's a little closed up, but it's stuck under there. I was really hoping it would stay kind of where the A-can is right here, but I put it up there, and then it worked its way underneath the rock. So it's there, and that's where it's staying, I guess. Toadstool is looking great, getting bigger, I think. Both the pieces, polyps are really extended, really green. I love the coloration on this one. This is actually a Jason Fox one that I got from somebody. Really happy I picked that up. It seems to be doing really good in that spot. Plate corals are doing amazing. This green one's always open, and you can see its mouth. It's probably wanting some food. I put some fish food in here the other day, and a few pellets fell onto like the outside tentacles, and it moved the fish food up into its mouth. It was really cool to watch, actually. The orange one, still looking good. It's never extended as much as this one, but someone told me, I think I mentioned in the last video, that this is actually a hammer plate or something, and that's why this one bubbles up, goes up a little bit more than this is actually just a short tentacle plate coral. Either way, I love them both. Really happy with the placement on them. They really kind of spotlight the tank right there, and they seem to be doing really good. Going over here to my LPS corals, got the bubble coral doing really good as usual over there. Tentacles are always extended out on it. Got this golden hammer, seems to be doing really good. I cannot wait for that to get some more heads on it. Unfortunately, the way I mounted it was, I'm pretty sure it's kind of facing that way in a combination with the flow also, so I never really get to see it, facing me and everything. So I'm hoping when it gets some more heads, maybe one comes out this way and I'll actually get to just get a better view of it. Not that I don't, but so my frog spawn frammers, whatever you want to call these guys, were up here. You can see kind of the glue at the base of that. I decided to move those down here so I could put this piece of SPS up there, and they're actually doing even better down here. Way more open extended, so I'm really happy I moved them there. Torch coral always looking good. Polyps are always fully extended. I definitely feel like this has got some more growth in terms of its neck or its base length, so I'm hoping one day that it gets enough on there that another head will pop off. That'll be really cool. I am gonna have to watch this torch coral with my SPS corals. Yeah, that I didn't think that one through all the way, so we'll see how they do. Got the Duncan coral over here. It had just caught something floating around. I'm pretty sure a few of the tiger pods, a chunk of them floated into it, so it's kind of closed up right now, eating those. It always opens up massively. It's probably like that big when it's open. I really like that Duncan. It's still in the frag plug. I haven't found a spot for it yet. That actually, I don't know, if y'all tell me right there, that may look like a new head or something possibly getting ready to form. I haven't noticed that indention before like that. So I would love for this to get a little bit more growth on it. I really like this Duncan. The pulsing zinnia is doing good over here. I did have that one piece fall off, so this is actually, the piece that I actually started with is gone. I gave that to a friend of mine, and this is actually a piece that grew all on its own, and that's actually grown onto the rock. So that's doing good. I did get some green star polyp, and I went ahead and glued it to the back wall. They seem to be doing really good. I've got one here and one over there, so I'm hoping eventually, this back wall will be like covered in green star polyp. Over here in the back, I've got some plating Montipora. I got a red one, a green one, and then another piece of green. They were really small at first, and I think the red one is actually definitely growing. This green one looks like it is as well. I can't tell too much on that green one over there, but these two are definitely, in my opinion, growing. I see it every day, so I can't really tell, so it would be nice. That's why one reason I do these videos, so that y'all can see, and if y'all ever see, some noticeable growth on something, please let me know. It'll make me really excited, because again, I see it every day, so I can't really tell. But my plan is hopefully that they, really grow up like, you see a lot of them do, and that'll look really good, having that nice green one coming up in the background, and then that red one, and then another green one back there with the green star polyp on the back wall. So that's the plan. Plan on getting a Lobo over here one day, maybe a Scully or something. I want some more LPS corals. I like the ground corals. That's pretty much where I plan on putting most of them. I'm going to save the rock work for more so the SPS. This is still going to be the Zoa garden over here. I definitely want to get about 3 or 4 more colonies of Zoas and have them really grow into this whole area. But that's the tank right now, guys. It's coming along pretty good. All the fish are doing great. The reason I took them out of quarantine is, for one, it was mainly the tang that I had a little bit of ick on. I like the quarantine. It worked. I should have maybe done that in the very beginning. If I know you're supposed to leave your tank fishless for like 72 days to completely rid your tank of ick. But guys, in my opinion, I just cannot see how you can't get ick in your tank. I don't know. Ick can come in on coral. It can come in on, it can come in on anything. I know it only affects fish, but it just seems like it's impossible almost not to get it in my opinion. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments on here saying, no, if you quarantine and do everything right. I'm very diligent with, dipping my coral, taking care of everything, but I just couldn't see it. All the fish are doing really good in here. The 2 clowns never showed any sign of ick. Firefish and the Royal Grom are eating like champs. I actually also just got some of this marine silicon right here. So I basically plan on kind of preventing ick proactively away by, you know, making sure I just have super healthy fish and they never really get susceptible to ick. I'm sure I've got some in here probably still, but I'm hoping I never have another outbreak, and we'll see how it goes. I will keep y'all updated on that. Going over some equipment and everything. You know, protein skimmer's running really good. I've got that kind of high right now. Guys, my tank is really clean. I wish I would have had a tank this clean on the 20 gallon. I would have killed to have nitrate levels and phosphate levels where they are in this. Phosphate is undetectable, which is not actually desirable. So the nitrate is always under 1 part per million. I've actually stopped doing water changes. You know, I was doing them once a week. Now I'm only doing them, and I was doing once a week, almost 5 gallons. Now I'm doing it twice a week. I mean, once every 2 weeks, and only a 2.5 gallon water change. So I'm really trying to keep everything pretty stable in here. You know, I've got my calcium and alkalinity and fuel dosing. I am not dosing magnesium right now because the reef crystal salt that I'm using is very high in magnesium. That is another thing, guys. I am going to be switching to a new salt. I went ahead and got the Tropic Marine, I think, Pro Salt. The levels of that are much more consistent with where I want to keep my levels in my reef tank. You know, it comes with around 450 calcium, which is what I'm at now. It comes with 350 mag, which is where I want to be. I'm actually at like 1500 in this tank. But the main thing is the alkalinity comes at like 7 to 8, which is actually where I have to run my alk, because if I were to bump it up too high with my phosphate and nitrates being so low, my corals would not be happy. And I actually tested it. I was slowly bumping up my alk, and I got it all the way up to 9.8, and my toadstool over here and the torch coral, the toadstool was completely closed up. None of the polyps were out. The torch coral was very much retracted and everything, so I don't think that they were happy. I decreased the dosage and it's back down. I'm not sure the exact level. I'm testing my water tomorrow, but everything is looking good at the current dosage. I'm probably not going to mess with anything regardless of what the numbers come out to be until I start seeing some negative signs on the coral, which right now I'm just seeing all positive signs. I do got on kind of a maintenance schedule with, you know, changing my filter floss and everything, and I'll go over all that in another video. But guys, I just wanted to do this quick update to show y'all how everything's going. Love y'all's feedback. Any comments, questions, anything, put them down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for all y'all watching. I'll talk to y'all later.